Greetings, Libra. Welcome to your Mars and Sagittarius reading. It feels nice to be able to reset your life and how you see your life through your mind. Sometimes you get bogged down, a lot of times you get bogged down in the karmic journeys that you find yourself on, the Five of Swords. You get super bogged down. Right now we've got Taurus in your 8th house. Uranus in your 8th house in Taurus. You get super bogged down. But it's because people, situations are just not cool enough for you, don't have enough integrity for you. So you just act out because you find that you have to be tied up and connected to these things that you don't really want to be connected to in that way, but you have to. And so your way of kind of surviving these attachments is to create some messiness, because why not? It's also because as much as Uranus now in Taurus, your 8th house, there's such an expectation to be a certain way, and you really hate that. You love being respectful, you love pleasantries, you love making everybody feel included and welcomed, but Taurus energy is something different. Taurus energy is something that they can command the energy of anybody, but they may not understand many times how they are an exception to the rule. And you're the one who's always laying it out there, like making sure people know, like, hey, you got privilege, you know what I'm saying? Like this kind of conversation right here, where it's like, you don't really know what's up, you don't really know what people are dealing with, you don't really know the real, right? So obviously you see why you can't be this way in every situation, because right now people just want this they have privilege, and even though you could meet them there, you feel like it's a part of your journey to be the one that gets them out of that bubble. So of course people are not happy that you're bursting their bubbles, especially this Cancer, especially this Taurus. They are like, why won't you just fall in line? Why aren't you so obsessed with, fame like I am? Why don't you react when I tell you how great I am and how successful I am? Because you know that they're not happy. You're not looking for people who are fame ridden. You're looking for happy people. You're looking for that Aries energy that's, has a lot of integrity, that wants, people. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for people. Where are the people? How are the people? What are we doing with the people? So that's a part of this, success that you have, and this power that you have, and your disconnection to it, and why you feel so out of place in moments. It's because the world is resetting, and you're at the forefront of that reset, and everybody is reacting to your energy being the thing that changes the dynamic for everyone, especially parts of the dynamic that they like, the things that make them feel powerful, the things that make them feel like they have achieved what they needed to in their life. Of course, they're not happy that you're the one who burst that bubble for them, who that actually shows them, like, yeah, you built this, but like, look at what the world actually needs. Did you spend the last 30 years building something that actually really is not of as much value as you thought it was, and really is actually maybe even opposite? It's actually like not, it's bad for the world in certain ways. You know what I mean? You see how this conversation, you see how you can be the one that really rocks the boat. So do your part, rock the boat where it needs to be rocked, because that is the part of the power that you've been given. You didn't ask for this power. You didn't ask to be the one who has to say this is wrong. It just comes to you, and you're the one who says it. So keep rocking the boat because it needs to be rocked. Like, somebody's got to do it. You know what I'm saying? Should it have to be you? No, but it's like, you're the one who can do it right now. You're the one who can wave the red flag and say, this isn't right. Now, if you find yourself in situations where you feel like you can't wave the red flag, you need to begin planning your exit to those experiences. For some, that means leaving a relationship, leaving a job, leaving a partnership, because it's just so beneath you at this point in so many ways, on so many levels, and you just are just going crazy realizing it. But if you're not leaving these dynamics, then it is just you becoming the enemy for people. The one that they've been to you, you're just reversing that energy and giving it right back to them, because otherwise they won't know how to treat you. And it's good. It feels like weight lifted off your back, because what it's going to be, at least until next summer or so, while Uranus is hanging out back in your 8th house, what it's going to be, either it's going to be them whipping your ass or you whipping their ass. There's no in the middle, like, during this time. And that's the tough part about it, because you're just that harmonious, where you are like, does it have to be anybody whipping anybody's ass? Why can't we just win? Or why can't we just go each other, go our separate ways? But with this Taurus energy, people really want to have control over the earth. That's what they want. They want control. They want to be the one whose presence is felt. Whereas you are like, everybody's presence can be felt. Let's just have a conversation. Everybody has something valuable to add. What you got to say? What you got to, you know what I'm saying? No. Your enemies, these people right now, they want to dominate the energy. They want to dominate, even if they suck, even if they're wrong, even if they are ugly. Like, I mean, so many levels of things where, and I don't mean that for, I mean, if you are, your energy's ugly, is what I'm trying to say, at least. You know what I'm saying? So all of these things, these people, but it would be fine if they were just doing this and they just wanted to, do that thing, but they genuinely are so triggered by you just being yourself and naturally taking up the space that you think is fair to take up from your perspective, because you don't have this desire to actually dominate people. They want to step in and they're going to do that dominating tactic, because they're like, oh, they're not actually going to go all the way. They're doing that Libra thing where, it's just a flirt. The whole thing, your whole life is just flirting with the world. So you don't actually need to like go all the way. It just needs to feel cute. It just needs to feel good. And everybody loves it, except for ugly people, ugly energy people, especially. So the only way to get through this period, as much as you would like to just be the harmonious one, like you would like for it to just be sweet and nice and easy and we're all on the same page and da 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 da, if you don't give them that energy back, they are going to give that energy to you. If you don't whip their ass, they're going to whip your ass. It's unfortunate that it has to be this way, but that is where it is right now. So, especially in the professional sphere, you have to be scary. You have to, not leave room for anyone to disrespect you. They should be afraid to disrespect you, especially in the professional sector at this time. They should feel like you have an army behind you because you genuinely do. You just never want to call your army up on people. Why would you want to do that? You don't want to go to war. Like, just because you can, that doesn't mean that you want to. So, in order to kind of, keep that energy at bay, you've got to step out of a little bit of that harmonious version of you and into a version of you. You have to connect respect to success. That's a big thing here for you. Let's get into that. And then we're going to talk about love and wrap this up. Connecting respect to success is, I think, the biggest thing that you could gain between now and February, when Saturn moves into Aries, but also at some time this summer when Uranus shifts out of Taurus and back into Gemini. Bam. So success to you has been being in the room, looking good, people telling you things, you knowing things, you knowing how to get to anybody, you knowing how to reach anybody. To you, that was success. And that is success for you because it's like, obviously, yes, the money is nice and having the money and but for you, access is really all you need. You can do anything as long as you have access. If people don't like you and you ain't got no access, then yeah, you can't do shit. You can't do nothing. So for you, having access is all you ever needed. And you're really good at getting access. So it didn't really matter what was behind that door for you, as long as you could get into the door. Yeah. And from the outside, that looks great, sounds great, even makes you a lot of money. It does. But right now, you're getting this opportunity to address your whole body, not just your physical body and, again, how things look from the outside, but internally, because these things do affect you internally, even though you are fine because you just always look great. So it doesn't really matter because they're just mad. You know what I'm saying? This whole thing that you do, but inside, if you don't feel respected by people and you wonder why do I have all this access? And I have, because you've equated success to access. So you're like, I have all this access, so I did everything, but it's like, why is everything off? So it's like, it's confusing because it's like, do I actually need to keep working on anything? Because I already have everything. Is there anything here that I like, am I just successful now? And this is just what it's like. You can tell yourself that. You can genuinely tell yourself, oh, this is just what it's like because I'm successful now. So I just got to deal with these kinds of things. No, Uranus and Taurus, Mars and Sagittarius. Sagittarius is going to tell it like it is. And what the Sagittarian energy is trying to tell you is that if you don't beat their ass, they're going to beat your ass. Is that what we want? No. But Sagittarius understands that people play games and people tell you one thing, but they're really thinking another thing. And so we want to be so vulnerable. We want to be so trusting of people. As much as you want to do that, people have shown this Sagittarian energy over and over and over and over and over that reality. So the truth that is hitting you so hard right now is that you need to now integrate this actual success, which is being respected, which is having boundaries, which is staying away from places that are just low quality, places that don't protect you, places that don't make you feel safe, places that don't make you feel successful. You know, all of these energies are very alive, but because you're in the door, it's fine. No, not anymore. It's not fine. And as you find yourself able to reset your life through your mind and how you think about life and where you find yourself, this is the opportunity now to not just reset by how you think, but literally the experience that you have, the places that you are, and the experience that you have has to do with attracting people, situations that respect you, and completely denying people who don't. Mm-hmm. Completely denying any commitment to spaces and places with people who don't respect you. So this reset it's good. It's good because you're admitting that you don't care about being behind those doors anymore. You don't care if people don't respect you, if people want to play games, you don't want it anymore. You know, because it's just toxic. It's just toxic. You'd rather go somewhere completely different, and you're feeling this energy, and you feel it more and more as Saturn shifts come February, finally into Aries. You feel your relationships reflect more and more the successful you. So more and more this pull away from places that are just like, it's an opportunity, but like, is it an opportunity for me, or is it actually an opportunity for them? That was a word for real. Because how many times do you really be giving people so much more real and forgetting that you're the one that could change their life? You're the one, not the other way around. But as long as you don't know that, they'll always convince you it's the other way around. Isn't that what keeps happening? Love, speaking of people convincing you, love is looking for the same thing from you. This whimsical version of you is what they have to work to create within you. And if they are romantic enough, it's easy for them to do that. So that's not something that's so complicated, but it definitely is for anybody who is not romantic. But now this version, and what they will find is that this new you that requires high levels of respect, high levels of effort and work, and how sharp your energy is from that new requirement, they will be, that is a part of the attraction as well, because they can tell how serious you are and they appreciate that. And then what they actually enjoy is bringing that romance into the connection so that you can be soft, so that you can settle into this trusting place with them. They are willing to work to soften your mind from the realities of what connection has been for you, not because you're not in a healthy place, but because you are actually looking for someone who's going to work to have a commitment with you. And that really means getting to know you, but it also means it also means that knowing how to respect you in a relationship may not be what they know, but they're willing to work to figure out what those things are and to actually meet them. And so they find that keeping you in this soft space is something that is actually fun for them. It's a nice chase for them to learn from you. They like the sharpness, they like the switch from, sweet to sour. They like it. So you don't have anything to worry about there. Mm-hmm. And if you're struggling and you're, wondering if something is off with you in your love life, no, it's not. You just need to go into new places and spaces. Because some people, again, are playing on this part of you where you convince yourself that they're the prize. And it's just like, never do that, Libra, please. Never, ever do that. You are the relationship guru. They hit the lottery being in a love relationship with you. But a lot of people don't know how to. What do? They win the lottery, and what do? They blow their money or something, right? That's what they do. They don't actually like save it or invest it or keep it. A lot of people do that. So what do you think they're doing with you when they hit the relationship lottery with you? Because you're with these duds. A lot of duds. There's a lot of duds. Don't expect duds to know what to do with the prize, with the lottery. I will see you in our next transit readings. In the meantime, you can schedule private and birth chart readings with me through the link in my description. Love you, Libra.